So you got
So I had this topic. I was just thinking about this topic today, and I think me and you might have talked about this before. I think, but since we have a woman here, get a woman's perspective. Giving people second chances. I was just thinking, like, when people do things to you, people always say, like, well, people do deserve second chances. But I think that not just people, but anything in life. I think at times there is like people or things or whatever is not deserving of a second chance. I think the first chance is good enough. And it was just something I was just thinking about. I mean, do you think like it's reasonable? I mean, I know it's reasonable to give somebody a second chance, but I just think like certain situations just don't deserve a second chance. I was thinking about people. I was thinking about a restaurant I ate at one time, and I ate at this restaurant. It was a nice restaurant, and when the food came out, the food looked good, but the food was horrible. It was terrible. And I went there on a Friday night. It was busy. They had a band there, and it's not a black-owned restaurant. I don't know. People think that
is it in Cleveland?
No, it was in Streetsboro. Yeah, so I went to this restaurant, and so I was like, the food was presentable, but the food was terrible. Like, it was just nasty. And so then I was like, well, I'm gonna go again. When the second time, food was presentable, looked nice. Food was nasty. I got sick. And I'm like, man, I should have just went with my first mind and not even gave this place a second chance. So I was just thinking about with things, people, I just think at times, I know people like, well, you should give somebody a second chance, but I think people, places, things just don't deserve a second chance. I think you learn your lesson the first chance.
Well, seeing that people are at restaurants.
Some people might be.
That's it. Pause. or what? That was it could be get 8 too. But but I think that I don't know. I think listening to it sounds like listening to you talking about it sounds like a personal thing that you deal with, giving people second chances. It sounds like something that is like because I feel like situations are situations. They're very unique. Situations are unique. I do have. I feel like he talked about me on the show today.
No, I'm not
because I'm good for giving people second chances.
I am too.
And third, and I'm good. Yeah. I'm good for. I'm good.
I am not throwing shots at you.
But it do feel like because who do you know give more people second chances?
I know not just you. I know a lot of people.
But who gives people?
I know you do, but
I'm probably one of the most. Like
I give people. It just depends, like you said, the situation.
It depends on the situation, and I do regret like second chances sometimes.
Sometimes
I have a funny story. I think we talked about it on the show before. Somebody that I hadn't talked to in like 6 or 7 years, right? Mm-hmm. Let me see if you ever met them. No, you never met them. No, you didn't. So 6 or 7 years. And we used to be really good friends. I mean, I'm talking about friends from like, we knew each other for like 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. And, like, we stopped talking to each other, like, because I stopped drinking. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then, like, when I started talking to them again, because they was, like, destroying me behind my back, doing little punk stuff, like being a user and stuff like that. So I gave you a second chance, but the first time we didn't fall out. It's just that things happen. You know what I'm saying? We were drinking, and I haven't been 22 years. Okay. In December, and I don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But then they called me and asked me the first day, because they was a user. After 6 years, the first thing he gonna call me is asking for a favor.
Yeah. After how many? 6 years?
After 6 years. I'm like, we should be good for. You know what I did? I told him I would do the favor for them. And then I blocked them.
And you never talked to them since?
I never talked to them since.
You haven't seen the person?
I haven't seen the person. And if I see them, they know. Like, people be knowing what they be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't be, because they trying to see if you still stupid.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's they trying to see if you still stupid or God trying to see if you still stupid. So, because God, I feel like God put you in situations like, let me see what this dude, because it's not God be bored. Like, let me see what this dude's doing. Who cares? The one in Cleveland.
He's like, watch this.
You know, watch this. He's like, Angel, come here. Let me see if this dude's still stupid.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the situations. I gave people second chances, and I'm like, okay, they've changed. Then I give people second chances, and most of the time, though, they haven't.
It is most of the time, yeah.
You know, it's very rare where I'm like, it's like the second chance is really not for them. It's just because that's the person I am. Because back in my mind, I know that they're probably still, you know, that same person if we're talking about people. But if we're talking about places, I give second chances to good service a lot of times. You know, like I feel like service can trump bad food, because you can always say, like, you know, the food wasn't that good, but the service was really good. Like, you can't really change bad service, but you can change bad
I'm trying to think
food.
of like some places.
See, I'm like the opposite. Like, I'll put up with the bad service, the food good. I'm not
But you remember this. I feel like you remember the service more. Like, you just remember the service more. Because this was a good example. Have you got food? The service was so bad you didn't even want the food.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like, you don't even want the food. You don't even want to try it. You don't even. I don't even care how the reviews are. But, you know, so I think that'll, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think as you get older, and I hate to hold other people accountable for future people that you meet actions, but it's like as you get older, it's like you don't want to keep dealing with the same stuff, even if it's a different person. So it's just like if I see the same signs that this person is giving me that somebody else has given me in the past, it's like I'm not giving you a second chance. You like, you mess up the first time, I'm out. You know, I'm not dealing with it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it, because you know, when you help people out, you do things, people become snakes, and then they talk about you behind your back, you know, calling your names and everything, and just because things aren't going good in their life or whatever, you know, they want to take shots at you and everything. So it's just like, why? I'm grown. We all should know how to conduct ourselves as grown-ups, and if we don't, there's plenty of places where you could get help. There's plenty of places where you could, you know, get mental help, and we all shouldn't just be acting like we're naive to not know that we need mental health.
But the thing of you know,
the
thing of the matter too, I think that has a lot to do with is a lot of black men. Black women too, but a lot of black men that I notice, you know what I'm saying, when you talk about giving second chance, a lot of black men are very emotionally immature. Yeah. And it's because a lot of black men don't have a black man over them to tell them how to deal with their emotions. They got their mama like, well, you better not cry. You know what I'm saying? That's how you be a man. You know what I'm saying? So they have this false idea of manhood where it's like you are the toughest girl, because that's basically what because they're trying to be tough, like, but that's really acting like how your mama got an attitude and everything. You tough and you beating people up and you doing stuff, but you're 46. Stop fighting. You know what I'm saying? You need to be getting a colonoscopy or making sure you still go. You know what I'm saying? It's like grown up adult stuff that you need to be worried about. You need to be worried about, you know what I'm saying, like your cholesterol, stuff like that. But it'd be like a lot of times it'd be dudes like being like in their 40s and stuff like that. We are so emotionally immature because they don't have like people that's telling them. And then a lot of times too, like, you know what could stop a lot of emotional immaturity?
What's up?
Get responsible. Go get a job. Go take care of your kids like you're supposed to take care of your kids. Those things will kill a lot of emotions. And then, like you said, talk therapy. Yeah.
I think a lot of that will kill it, and I think not having a father around and their mother raising a lot of, you know, black males does affect them. But also, a lot of these black males have black males in the family, but their fathers
was right, and it's kind of like it's like an ongoing
so
event.
It's just like a lot of things they see what their father has done is so toxic and so irresponsible. You know, a lot of these guys learn from their uncles and stuff like that,
and they feel like they were doing the right thing because my uncle was an OG. And like,
you see a lot of these guys like in prison. Their fathers were in prison and their uncles was in prison, so they was raised with males with the wrong influence.
Or sometimes some of these guys were in prison. They were raised with good fathers, good, but they looked at these other dudes that had the nonsense around them and felt like something wrong with my family. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we think because the community as a whole have this false idea of what it is to be man and what it is to be mature and what it is to be, like a lot of times in the black community where there's like where there's a financial gap, because sometimes financial gaps causes depression and causes like people be worried about the wrong things, and then it's like a lot of times they start getting a false idea. Oh, I should be selling drugs. Oh, I should be tough. Oh, I should be fighting. Oh, I should be doing all these other stupid things and not listening to some. Because one thing I learned growing up, I grew up in the church. A lot of stuff I learned in the church, I should have been listening to when I was younger. Because a lot of stuff I was like, man, this is not me. But then as I got older, I started realizing, like, you know what? Churches have a way of, even if you're not super into the church, it does have a certain degree of discipline. Yeah. Because the Bible gives you a certain degree of discipline. Yes. That structures your life to where you are going to have the benefit of being a better person. Yes, I was also raised in church. It does mold your foundation. Yeah, it for me, it did. It is a foundation. And
it's crazy that y'all say that because, like, you know, examples. Because I grew up with my father in the house, and y'all watch some the episodes. Y'all know me and my dad don't have a good relationship. But my dad, he grew up running the streets. I had a cousin that was in the streets. He was very well known in the streets. And I used to look up to that lifestyle. Like, oh my God, I just want to be like that. And I remember my cousin told me, he said, if I ever catch you out here in the streets, he's like, this is the last thing you're going to do. He's like, man, I just want you to learn from me and look at me as an example. Your life don't need to be like this. And now I look back, I'm like, man, I'm glad my cousin said that. Yeah. Because I look at everything he went through, you know, from him going to jail, like, you know, him having all this money and then using that money for lawyers, paying for lawyers, and, you know, certain things that he went through in his life. And I'm like, man, I'm glad that, you know, he didn't lead me to, you know, how his life was, and he steered me away from that. Because I mean, like, I used to look up to that. I'm like, oh, I used to think that's so cool. He had new cars, rims, you know, stereo systems, and this is like, man. So he really, you know, looked out for me and saved. I can say he saved my life. I just thought that stuff was so cool.
Yeah, it's glorified a lot. And some people, uncles, cousins, they make you they make you feel like that's the life you should want to live. I'm glad he changed.
And what we need to learn, because as far as the topic of like giving people second chances, what we really need to know is that, and this is gonna sound really messed up, but most people are who they were when they were in, like they're like, because high school kind of molds you. They're not going to be the same exact person, because one thing that changes you is like traumatic situations. Like some people have trauma happen to them and then they change. But a lot of times people don't really change much. Yeah. They still that person that they were before. So you got to really pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? If people are sociopaths, psychopath, narcissists, those type of behaviors, if they're not really getting help for it, you know, and they recognize you too. Your personality, people recognize who they can take advantage of, who they can't.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, as I'm getting older, I'm done giving second chances. First chance.
You ain't never gave nobody a second chance. As I'm getting older, like you saw other people do it, and now you like, I ain't gonna do that.
First chance.
You're like, I'm seeing y'all giving people.
Well, the only reason I think is good because I think we all make mistakes. Right. I think we can all say we make mistakes, and if somebody was just like, you know, I'll never give you a second chance if you make a mistake, then it'd be like. Right. So I think, like you said, it depends on the situation, because you always want to give people a chance to be able to right their wrongs if it's worth it. You know,
like we started off and we talked about. I said I haven't drank in 22 years. Do you know how many people I hurt when I was drinking and doing what I was doing out there, and I was like, you know, like before I got clean, like if those people didn't give me a second chance, that would have been messed up. And I was still, so that's what I'm saying. But I did have a traumatic situation happen to me that caused me to be forced to change. And sometimes people need to change because of circumstances or because consequences make you change. So a lot of times, some people don't really get their consequence. Or some people get consequences, they just like, they make it worse. They make it worse.
Yeah, you listen to
Because I know some people that have been to prison and it changes them and they're like doing better.
That son go right back.
And some like they even worse. Like dude, like you must have. Did you meet somebody in there? Because
I mean, you talk to people with 4 or 5 DUIs.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah, but it's kind of like, and then sometimes some people just need to get. Sometimes you don't learn the first or second time. Some people learn the third time.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
First chance is all.
Well, I'll give people second chances, but I have to use discernment.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna come back with your interview.
Okay.
Follow, like, share, and subscribe on Thought Opps on YouTube.